lot of people think becoming a better hybrid athlete just means training harder. More running, more lifting, more conditioning. But honestly, most people are already training hard enough. The issue is usually the habits around their training that is holding them back. You might have been seeing this term hybrid athlete all over your For You page and thinking, what does this mean? Do I need to be completing 7 Ironmans to be able to get that status? The term hybrid athlete simply means training for multiple aspects of fitness at the same time. This could be a runner who also strength trains, someone training for a high rock, a dancer building strength and endurance. I consider myself a hybrid athlete, a professional performer who also competes in high rocks events and regularly lifts. There is not one exact version which is the gold standard. You don't need to be an elite athlete or an ultra marathon runner to call yourself a hybrid athlete. It really just means that you're striving to become a well-rounded overall athlete rather than specializing in one thing. And because hybrid training places a lot of different stresses on your body, there are a range of habits that I see that are stopping people progress properly. So here are the 5 top habits that I see that are potentially stopping you from becoming the ultimate hybrid athlete. The first habit that keeps people stuck is training without any real structure. Honestly, this is so common in hybrid training because people get so excited about doing loads of different things.
Running, lifting, conditioning class, running, lifting, conditioning class, running, lifting class, running class.
There's no actual progression behind it. Variety is great, randomness isn't. If your workouts are changing every single week and the stimulus is changing up all of the time, your body has no time to adapt to the changes you're putting it through. A lot of people chase the fatigue, the sweat, that post-workout feeling rather than measurable progress. Even as a hybrid athlete, you still need progressive overload, adequate amount of recovery, intentional programming, and balance between training stress. Otherwise, you just end up permanently tired, borderline burnt out, feel like you're working so hard, but then have nothing to show for it. You don't need this perfect plan because trust me, life isn't perfect. But you do need some type of structure that you can stick to progressively move forward. The next habit that I see is people treating every session like it's meant to destroy you. I think social media makes this worse because our For You page is constantly seeing insane workouts, maximal effort training, and people collapsing after their session. But real athletic progress comes from managing your output well. Hybrid training especially creates a lot of fatigue because you're trying to manage multiple different disciplines at the same time. If every run is hard, every lift is your 1 rep max, and the conditioning sessions leave you questioning all of your life decisions, then your recovery is going to get to a point where it can't keep up. And there is a place for it in training, but I think people are confusing feeling wrecked with improving. If this is you, just have a little look through your training plan and make sure that every session isn't an 8 or 9 out of 10. Some sessions you should walk out feeling better than when you walked in. That's part of smart training. Now this is probably the biggest thing holding hybrid athletes back. Habit 3 is underfueling. So many people are trying to improve performance while eating as little as possible. And eventually the goals start fighting each other. I posted quite a lot about this on my Instagram and TikTok. Being in any sort of deficit while trying to improve your performance, they're not friends. If they saw each other at a party, they'd be at other sides of the room.
She doesn't even go here.
If you are in any sort of deficit, your body starts shutting down non-essential processes. Guess what the first thing is? The first thing to go, your performance. If everyone is irritating you, your sessions are always a flop, and you feel like your performance goals are just walking further and further away, you might want to have a little look at your diet. Hybrid training needs fuel, especially carbohydrates. Eat to support the athlete you are, not to just look like one. A mistake I see is people treating recovery like it's not part of your training plan. People obsess over creating the perfect workout split and the best running progression plan, but then sleep for 5 hours, stay in a continued state of stress all day, and then are confused as to why they're not progressing. Recovery is not just taking an active rest day. So doing 25,000 steps is not an active rest day, but we'll talk about that another day. It's about sleep, stress management, nutrition, hydration, nervous system recovery, and lifestyle balance. Especially with hybrid training, recovery is so important because your body is trying to adapt to several different types of demands at once. If your recovery is poor, I guarantee there'll be a point in your journey where your performance stalls, no matter how hard you train. With me, come on. Recovery is not lazy. It allows adaptations to happen. And finally, number 5, and arguably might be the most controversial. I think a lot of people in the hybrid space have an underlying desire to be training for aesthetics. Don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with wanting to look good, wanting to train for looks. When aesthetics become the main focus, people make decisions that kill and hurt your performance. For example, excessive cutting, overtraining, avoiding recovery, and fearing weight gain. What I've personally seen, even with people that aren't in the hybrid athlete space, total beginners starting their fitness journey, your relationship with yourself, your body, and training becomes healthier. Rather than looking in the mirror and that determining whether it's been a good week of training or your worth as an individual, you start caring more about things like getting stronger, trying to get that pull-up, doing push-ups on your knees, trying to get a certain time for your 5K, moving better, you don't have as many aches and pains when you wake up in the morning, improving endurance, and then also recovering properly. Ironically, people end up looking better because their training has become more sustainable. Your body is so smart, and 9 times out of 10 will tell you what it needs. If you can become more in tune with your body rather than what it looks like, aesthetics will follow. Hopefully this gave you a bit of an insight into the habits that might be holding you back from becoming your ultimate hybrid self. Give you some food for thought to think about and reflect on your own training. Or if you're totally new to it, now you have a little bit of a better understanding what a hybrid athlete is. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, comment down below, because I'll be posting a lot more content about hybrid training, performance, and athletic development. And I would also love to share how I structure my own hybrid training development. Have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Bye.